Everyone, Coach Sullivan here again with MGS Coaching Football. To my subscribers, I thank you. Non-subscribers, I'm really hoping to tease you into pushing that button. This past fall, I finished my 38th year coaching football. I was a defensive coordinator, but over that time, I've also been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, longtime head coach, and all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I'd like to talk to you about our match quarters variation that we call grade 3, okay, versus what we call Florida. Remember, we use state names to designate our two-man route concepts, okay? So I'll tell you what all that means over here with the key terms, and then I'll bring it to life over here in the diagram. I'm purposely using an 11 personnel formation to show you the technical technique difference between our attached outside linebacker on a tight end and detached outside linebacker in space, okay? So over here, number one term is surface. What that means to us, the offensive line, tackle to tackle, and when there's a tight end, the tight end's a part of the surface. Everything begins with that. The surface tells you run, pass, and direction, so you don't ever get caught by play action pass. So rather than say surface first 8 different times, right now the surface, I'm going to tell you, is showing pass. So we got hi-hats across the board. All right, and the tight end is going to be part of the pattern. So, right? So number 2 is literally read number 2 tells you what to do. Read number 2 tells you what to do. And in this case, this concept, number 2 is running a corner at 10 or more yards deeper. So that's a vertical, right? And what Florida is to us, number 3, it's the smash concept. I use Florida because Coach Steve Spurrier in 1989, when he went to Florida and he introduced the smash concept out of respect to Coach Spurrier, that's why we use the state of Florida. Okay? Pretty simple. So then when it comes to number 4, the attached outside linebacker, that's the guy in the tight end. It always starts with knockback. Because the tight end's both his pressure and his visual key. So of all the 11 positions, the outside linebacker, in this case it's the rover, on a tight end, that's everything to him. So he'll react to the pass, hearing inside linebackers and DB screaming pass, plus now the tight end's not looking to block anybody, right? Versus number 5, the detached outside linebacker. So D has actually nothing to do with the fact that he's detached. The dime, it's the outside linebacker in space. Okay, so he's got one less thing to do, and I'll cover that when we get to it over there. And so between the attached and the detached, everything's the same except the attached on the tight end has the knockback first. In space, you don't have that. So there's the only difference. And so then what they're going to do is they're going to expand because that's what they do. And when they see that number 2 is not going out, okay, then they're looking running back to crosser, running back to crosser. So I'll bring that to light when we get to the diagram. Number 6, our 2 corners, boundary and field. They got number 1 man. That's how we arrive at 909 football. Okay, so I'll show you very quickly what the corners do with number 1, okay, in the smash concept, and then we erase them, which is how when we introduce grade 3 versus everything, how we do it. So our players see, okay, now with 909 football, this is how we defend something, okay? And I'm showing it to you in off. We also run it in press. Number 7, our safeties, whip and the free safety. It's going to be mutt, which is man over 10 on number 2. Okay, man over 10 on number 2. So they're going to be on top leverage on that corner route on the number 2. Okay? And then last but not least, our inside linebackers, as everything stays the same and consistent, running back 2 or mirror the Q. Running back 2 or mirror the Q. Okay? So, first of all, let me draw up Florida or the smash concept on both sides with the red. Okay? All right, we got the little hitch. 10 plus, 10 plus. Okay? So, biggest thing that we do, our alignments are to skies, non-subscribers. So we show them the same shell that we always have, two high safeties, corners with outside leverage. When we're playing off in grade 3 on the snap of the football, the two corners, so I'll start over here with the boundary. Still reading surface, but as he's reading, instead of taking a walk pedal, they're stemming for inside leverage. Now they confirm that it's passed, so if it were run, they'd be available. They confirm and pass. Now they're going to plant and drive. Okay, and they're going to work to cut, which means get in front of the hitch. And they're going to be alert to a hitch and go. Okay? Same thing over here. Reading, stemming, and then they plant and drive and cut. Plant and drive, cut. Plant and drive, cut. Plant and drive, cut. Okay? So that takes care of the hitch portion of smash, right? Florida. So this is now what we do for everybody else since it's 9-on-9 football. So now let me get rid of this, right? So as they're expanding, when I say that, I'm referring now to the outside linebacker. So I'll start with the attached first. Okay? Every single time, knockback, hands on. He hears pass. We teach him. Try and keep on the line of scrimmage as long as you can. Screws up the timing. As soon as you start to turn, let him go. As they expand, they see that number 2 is not running and out. So they're going to balance up, and then it becomes running back 2 or crosser. So the crosser is coming from the other side of the field. Okay, cross is coming from the other side of the field. See, this is not a split coverage, but it does operate independently of one another, non-subscribers. Okay, I'm drawing it up on both sides. The reality is it could be Florida on one side and Dakota or some kind of a crossing route coming from the other side. Okay, so that's what that means. Running back crosses. The detached, everything's the same. You eliminate the knockback. So he's going to expand, sit, same thing. Running back to crosser, right? Everything's the same. Boom, boom. So now we're already at the safeties. So they zit step in 1, 2, 3 with that back foot and they're walk pedaling. Okay? They see that 2 is vertical. So then it becomes man over 10, mutt. And they keep zone leverage, which means they stay on top, riding the upfield shoulder. They have no help underneath, right? 9-on-9, so it's all them. The cornerback has plant and drive and cut the hitch of number 1. So again, a quarterback, this is much harder on him. He's got to read all of this on the fly. Grade 4, he's got a guy sinking underneath. There you go, freebie non-subscribers. Now this time he doesn't have somebody sinking underneath. So maybe you get the quarterback to jerk the mule because he thought he was going to the hitch. You see what I mean? So that gives you an opportunity. Same thing over here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, man over 10. Get on that upfield shoulder. Keep it in front of you. You're all by yourself. Always be in striking distance. And then last but not least, okay, surface, 2's not to them. If the running back's over here, okay, your outside linebacker is available. But we tell our inside linebacker, start to go. You see same color going for that running back, then stop, and then add what we call to the rush, key rush, which means blitz the open gap, be your A. We want him to get there just because if the outside linebacker gets caught up, does something wrong, doesn't really matter. We want both guys getting on the back. He is taught, you see him, same color, then you become the key rusher. The outside linebacker is not looking for him, right? It's that whole make them right concept. Second level makes the first level right. And boy, the outside linebackers like to hear that. So then consequently, running back 2 or mirror the cue, that he's in the spy, but we say mirror because wherever the quarterback sets up, we want him looking in the mirror at you, inside linebacker. We want him seeing you. So we let the scheme tell our linebackers where to be. So we potentially have a 4-man rush with a spy or a 3-man rush minimum with a spy. Okay? So that is how we cover Florida or the smash concept out of our match quarters variation grade 3. So as I said at the beginning, my subscribers, I thank you. Non-subscribers, I'm hoping I teased you into it. Everybody, please, questions, reach out to me, Coach MJ Sullivan at gmail.com. I love to talk football with you. Thank you for watching MGS Coaching Football, and thank you, YouTube, for providing this platform.